Before you click away, thinking this is another one of those 10 signs you're secretly a genius videos, pause. Take a breath. This one hits different. You ever notice how the dumbest person in the room always has the loudest opinion about everything? Yeah. And somehow, they've got something to say about you, about how you think, how you move, how you exist. And here's the kicker, they don't get you, like, at all. So today, we're breaking down all those things stupid people completely misunderstand about you. And I'm not talking about intelligence here. I'm talking about people who refuse to think deeper than a kiddie pool. The ones who see the world in black and white while you're out here painting in colors they don't even have names for yet. Buckle up. This is about to get real. All right, let's start with the big one that drives me insane. You change your mind sometimes. You learn new information, you process it, and you go, maybe I was wrong about that. And immediately, stupid people jump on you like you just committed a crime. Oh, so you flip-flop? You're inconsistent. You can't be trusted. Nah, fam, that's not what's happening here. You know what's actually happening? You're growing. You're evolving. You're not the same person you were last year, last month, or even last Tuesday. New data comes in, you adjust your perspective. That's called intelligence, my friend. Jung talked about this, how the psyche is always in motion, always transforming. The person who never changes their mind isn't strong, they're stagnant, they're stuck. Like a pond that hasn't moved in years, just sitting there, collecting algae and bad vibes. But stupid people? They think changing your mind means you never had a backbone to begin with. They think sticking to the same opinion forever, even when it's been proven wrong 17 times, is somehow honorable. Meanwhile, you're over here like a software update getting better, smoother, faster, and they're still running on Windows Vista, wondering why nothing works. Let them talk. You keep upgrading. Next up, being quiet. Oh man, this one gets misread so hard. You're in a group. Everyone's talking over each other, trying to be the loudest, the funniest, the center of attention. And you're just chilling, observing, listening, processing. And what do people say? Why are you so quiet? Are you okay? Do you even have opinions? Yes, Karen, I have opinions. I just don't need to announce them like I'm a news anchor. Here's the thing, stupid people don't get. Silence is a flex. It's not emptiness. It's fullness with no need to leak everywhere. When you're quiet, you're reading the room. You're catching things other people miss because they're too busy performing. You see who interrupts who's faking their laugh, who's actually uncomfortable but pretending not to be. You're like a sniper while everyone else is running around with water guns. And then when you do speak, it lands. It actually means something. People listen because you're not just filling air with noise. Stupid people think whoever talks the most wins. But real ones know the quietest person in the room is often the most dangerous. Not in a villain way, just in a don't underestimate me way. Your silence isn't a void, it's a loaded gun. Use it wisely. Okay, this one's subtle but massive. You understand that people are different, like genuinely different. Different backgrounds, wiring, experiences, perspectives, and you don't need everyone to think like you. Stupid people. They think everyone should think like them. And if you don't, you're the problem. You're broken. You need to be fixed. They'll say stuff like, I just don't understand how anyone could believe that, and they mean it as an insult. But really, they're just exposing their own inability to think beyond their little bubble. You, though, you get it. You might not agree with someone, but you can understand why they see things the way they do. You can hold space for different truths without your brain short-circuiting. Jung called this psychological maturity, the ability to hold tension between opposites, to sit with complexity, To not need everything to be simple and neat. Stupid people want the world to be a coloring book. Stay inside the lines. Only use the colors they approve of. But you know life is abstract art, messy, layered, open to interpretation, and that freaks them out. Because if there's no one right way to see things, then maybe they're not always right, and stupid people hate that. Here's a phrase that'll make a stupid person's head explode. I don't know. You say it all the time. Not because you're clueless, but because you're honest. You don't have all the answers, and you're not pretending you do. But stupid people, they can't handle it. They think you're supposed to have an opinion on everything. Politics, science, celebrity drama, the meaning of life. What's the best pizza topping? It's pepperoni, don't at me. They'll hit you with, come on, you must have some opinion, like it's illegal to admit you haven't researched something enough to speak on it. But here's the secret. Saying, I don't know, is a power move. It means you respect truth more than your own ego. You'd rather be uncertain than confidently wrong. Stupid people fake knowledge because they think it makes them look smart. They'll cobble together half-remembered facts, sprinkle in some confidence, and serve it up like it's gospel. You're secure enough to admit gaps in your knowledge. And that's what actually makes you trustworthy. People know when you do say something, you've thought about it. You're not just talking out of your neck. So next time someone pressures you to have an instant take on something complex, hit 'em with the, I don't know, I'd have to look into it more. Watch them malfunction. Let's talk about alone time. You need it. Like, genuinely need it. Not because you hate people, but because social interaction drains your battery and you need to recharge. Stupid people take this personally. What, you don't want to hang out? Are you mad at me? Do you think you're too good for us? No, dude. I just need to be in my own space, in my own head, with my own energy. They don't get it because they're externally powered. They get energy from other people. So when you say you need to be alone, they hear, I don't like you. But that's not what you're saying. You're saying, I like myself and I need time with me. That's healthy. That's self-awareness. Jung talked about introversion and extroversion not as labels, but as energy flows. Some people recharge around others. Some people recharge alone. Neither is better. They're just different. But stupid people, they think their way is the only way. If they feel energized by constant socializing, then you should too. And if you don't, something's wrong with you. Nope. Nothing's wrong. You just know your limits. You honor your needs. You protect your peace. And honestly, that's more mature than 90% of people will ever be. This one's juicy. You don't always respond right away. You see a message, you process it, and you think, I'll reply when I have the mental space to engage properly. And people lose their minds. Why didn't you text back? It's been 3 hours. Are you ignoring me? No, Susan, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just not in reactive mode 24/7. Stupid people think everything needs an instant response. They fire off messages and expect you to drop everything and reply immediately, like you're a customer service chatbot. But you're intentional. You wait. You respond when you're ready to actually be present, not just performatively responsive. This applies to decisions too. You don't rush into things. You sit with them. You marinate. You let your subconscious do its thing. Stupid people call this procrastination or indecisiveness. But really, you're just letting things unfold naturally. You trust the process. Some of the best ideas come from not forcing them. Some of the best decisions come from waiting until clarity arrives. Stupid people are always in a hurry. You move with purpose, not panic. Oh, this one's fun. You've got a built-in BS detector. When someone's faking knowledge, talking out of their butt, pretending to know more than they do, you can feel it. And stupid people, they're often the ones faking it. Talking loud, using big words they don't understand, name-dropping concepts they read about once in a Twitter thread. They think confidence equals correctness. They think if they say something with enough conviction, it becomes true. But you see through it. You notice the gaps in logic, the vague hand-waving when they can't explain details, the way they deflect when you ask a clarifying question, and when you call it out politely, gently, they get defensive. "Why are you interrogating me? I'm just sharing what I know." Except you weren't attacking, you were just asking, because you actually care about accuracy. Stupid people hate being questioned because their knowledge is performative. It's about looking smart, not being right. You, though, you'd rather learn than look good, and that's the difference. Here's another thing people completely misunderstand about you. You don't need to prove yourself in every room you walk into, and this one is huge. You could walk into a room where somebody is richer than you, smarter than you, more successful than you, more popular than you, and you're still gonna sit there like, cool. You're not immediately calculating how to show them that you're somebody too. You don't need to announce your achievements. You don't need to casually mention the expensive thing you bought. You don't need to name-drop somebody important. You don't need to turn every conversation into your personal resume, because you already know who you are. And stupid people misunderstand this so badly. They see someone who isn't constantly proving themselves and assume that person has nothing to prove. They think, maybe they're insecure. Meanwhile, you're just not auditioning. There's a difference. Secure people don't walk into every room thinking, how can I make everyone respect me? They walk in thinking, let's see what this room has to teach me. That's a completely different mindset. And here's the funny part. The person desperately trying to look important is often the person who's most afraid nobody thinks they're important. You don't need to win every conversation. You don't need the last word. You don't need everyone to know you were right. Sometimes you can literally walk away from an argument knowing you could have destroyed their entire point. And you just go home, because peace is worth more than applause. That's something people who live for validation will never understand. And here's another one. You don't take everything personally. Someone doesn't invite you somewhere? Okay. Someone doesn't agree with you? Okay. Someone doesn't like your idea? Okay. Someone walks past you without saying hello? Okay. You're not sitting at home writing a 17-page psychological analysis about what it means. Some people see everything as a personal attack. Every little thing becomes evidence. They didn't like my post. They must be jealous. They didn't reply. They're trying to disrespect me. They disagreed with me. They must hate me. Bro, maybe they were just busy. Maybe they didn't see the post. Maybe they forgot. Maybe they simply disagree. Not everything is a war. And this is another thing stupid people don't understand about you. You're able to separate your ego from reality. You don't need every situation to be about you. That's actually freedom. Because once you stop interpreting every little thing as a personal attack, life gets so much lighter. You stop chasing explanations. You stop demanding closure from everybody. You stop needing to know why somebody looked at you funny. You just keep moving. And some people will actually get angry at you for not being offended. Think about that. They want a reaction. They want you upset. They want you defending yourself. And you're sitting there eating your sandwich. Anyway, that drives them crazy. Because they can't control someone who refuses to turn every interaction into emotional drama. And here's one more that deserves to be said. You don't confuse confidence with knowing everything. This is a big one. You can be incredibly confident and still say, I need help. You can be successful and still ask questions. You can be experienced and still learn from somebody younger than you. You can be the person everyone looks up to and still say, I don't know how to do this. That's not weakness. That's real confidence. But stupid people think confidence means walking around acting like you're the smartest person alive. They think asking for help makes you look weak. They think admitting a mistake destroys your authority. They think saying "I don't know" makes you look stupid. So they spend their whole lives pretending they understand, pretending they're okay, pretending they have everything figured out, and eventually they become trapped inside the image they're trying to maintain. You don't do that. You're comfortable enough to be a student and a teacher. Sometimes you're the expert. Sometimes you're the beginner. Sometimes you're the person giving advice. Sometimes you're the person taking notes. That's life. Nobody knows everything, and the person who understands that is usually the person who keeps getting better. Because if you think you already know everything, where exactly are you supposed to grow? Last one, and it's the big boss level. You don't oversimplify. You know life is complex. Situations have layers. People have contradictions. Nothing is ever just black or white. Stupid people need things to be simple. They need villains and heroes. They need easy answers. They need someone to blame. You'll say something like, "Well, it's complicated because," and they'll cut you off. No, it's simple. This person's bad, this person's good. Done. And you're standing there like, but it's not that simple. Context matters, nuance matters, history matters. But they don't want nuance. Nuance is uncomfortable. It requires holding multiple truths at once. It requires admitting that you might not have the full picture. Stupid people want fast food answers. You're out here cooking a 5-course meal. And yeah, it takes longer. Yeah, it's messier. But it's also way more accurate. Jung said individuation, the process of becoming your full self, requires integrating complexity, shadow and light, conscious and unconscious, all the contradictions. Stupid people stay surface level forever. You dive deep, even when it's hard, even when it's confusing, because you'd rather live in truth than comfort. So there you have it. All the things stupid people don't understand about you, not because they can't, but because they won't, because understanding you would require them to question themselves, and that's too scary. But you're out here doing the work, growing, adapting, thinking, feeling, being real in a world full of people just trying to look good. And that's powerful. That's rare. That's you. So next time someone misreads you, misunderstands you, tries to box you into something you're not, just smile, because they're showing you exactly who they are, and you don't need their approval anyway. You've got you, and that's enough. But let me tell you something else. You don't have to spend your life explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Read that again, because there's a point where explaining yourself stops being communication and starts becoming an audition. You're trying to convince somebody that your intentions are good, that you're not arrogant, that you're not weird, that you're not distant, that you're not changing, that you're not trying to be better than them, that you're not being difficult. And after you've explained yourself for the 5th time, they're still looking at you through the same lens. At that point, stop. You don't need to keep submitting evidence to the court of somebody else's opinion. Some people will misunderstand you because they don't have enough information. That's fixable. Some people will misunderstand you because you explained yourself badly. That's fixable too. But some people misunderstand you because the version of you they're comfortable with is the version that doesn't challenge them. That is different. And you can't solve that with another explanation. You solve it by continuing to live. Keep changing your mind when you learn something new. Keep being quiet when you don't have anything worth saying. Keep saying, "I don't know," when you don't know. Keep taking your alone time. Keep responding when you're ready. Keep questioning things that don't make sense. Keep refusing to turn every disagreement into a war. Keep choosing nuance when everybody else wants a villain. Keep becoming you. Because here's the funny thing about life. The people who misunderstand you today might eventually become the people who say they always knew you had it in you. You know those people, the ones who doubted you for 3 years and then suddenly tell everybody they supported you from day one. Yeah, I've always believed in them. Oh, really? Where were you when I was eating instant noodles and questioning every decision I had ever made? But that's okay. You don't need to expose them. You don't need to keep score. You don't need to prove that they were wrong, because the moment you start living just to prove people wrong, they're still controlling you. Let that sink in. Your real victory isn't making them admit they misunderstood you. Your real victory is reaching a point where their misunderstanding doesn't change how you live. That's freedom. So if you've been feeling misunderstood lately, if people have been questioning the way you think, maybe your way of thinking simply doesn't fit inside the little box they've built for themselves, and that's okay. You don't have to climb into their box just because they're uncomfortable watching you stand outside it. Stay where you are. Keep growing. Keep thinking. Keep questioning. Keep becoming. Because the world doesn't need another person pretending to have everything figured out. It needs people who are willing to say, I was wrong. I don't know. Let me learn. Let me think about it. Maybe there's another side to this. Maybe I need to change. That's not stupidity. That's maturity. And if somebody can't understand that, well, that's their problem, not yours. So yeah, you've got you. And that's enough. If this hit home, drop a comment. Let me know which point resonated most. And I genuinely want to know this one. What's something people constantly misunderstand about you? Are you quiet? Are you independent? Do you take your time before responding? Do you change your mind when you learn something new? Do you just refuse to participate in unnecessary drama? Tell me. Because I have a feeling the comments on this one are going to be very interesting. And if you've got somebody in your life who needs to hear this, send this video to them. Not as an attack. Don't be messy. Just send it with a little, hey, this made me think of you. And then disappear. I'm kidding, mostly. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button because it helps this channel reach more people. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we're going to keep having these conversations about human behavior, psychology, self-awareness, relationships, confidence, and all the weird little things people do that make you go, wait, why do you act like that? And if you made it all the way to the end, I appreciate you, seriously. You're the kind of person who doesn't just want quick answers. You actually want to understand people, and more importantly, you want to understand yourself. That's the whole point, so keep your mind open, keep your standards high, keep your heart soft, keep your boundaries strong, and never be afraid to change your mind when the truth gives you a reason to, because that's not weakness, that's evolution. Until next time, keep being you. Peace.